Hey, what's going on, humans? Hopefully you're having a good day. I know I am. And so for right now, in front of me, we'll be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Geo Decayed Armor. Now, let's jump into this one. First and foremost, if you know me, you know when it comes to Rider, I love Decayed. He's my top favorite Kamen Rider. He was the first Rider I got into. So, when it comes to him having Geo getting the Decayed Armor, of course, I was all for it. Just took me, I don't know why it just took me so long to grab it. But yeah, this is Decayed when he uses, this is Geo when he uses the Decayed Ride Watch right here. And so he gets this nice Decayed-like armor onto his suit. And, you know, either hit or miss. You either like it or you don't. Me, on the other hand, I'm a sucker for it. Some things I do like. Some things are okay. Like, for example, you have the funny tablet faceplate, I guess. When he uses 2 chains forms, it kind of slides. So let's just say, for an example, let me just take build. Oop. You can take a ride watch and slide it into Decayed. Oh, actually, let's do it this way. So let's just say you wanted to take Decayed's ride watch. We'll take build ride watch, slide it into Decayed's, plug this in, and now you have, even though it doesn't change up here, you could prepare for a Decayed armor build, the final form time build, Rabbit Tank Sparkling, which he did use that in the show. For Ghost, he did a Grateful, and X-Aid was Mighty Brothers. But this is actually, which I actually thought that was pretty funny, because he can already change rider forms, but now this kind of gives him the ability to change even to more Decayed S power rider forms. That did not come out right. Well, it's okay. But as for the design aspect of it, it looks pretty cool. I like how they got the barcode motif going on, how he has the X that Decayed has. So you got 2009, the year it was debuted, and then you have the numeral form for Decayed spelled out, 45DE, and then 31, the CADA. So that spells out Decayed, which I think that's pretty nice. And then you have, I'm believing this says Decayed. I'm believing that says Decayed in Japanese. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have no issue with that. But it does change. Like, it will change, like, the writer name, I believe. And then I don't know if it changes on up here. I like to believe it does, and they kind of change the suit at the bottom. So yeah. But I've rambled on for long enough on how much I like this guy and how the how the power actually works. But let's go into his articulation, of course. Now for his arms, they are on hinges for the shoulder pads. So they're not going to hinder any, so they won't really hinder him. Which I think is pretty nice. You can rotate them fully around. And then you can nice double bend at the elbow. He also has bicep swivel. And so his head is on a ball joint. Now I did put a SHF upgraded peg on mine, so he may have a little bit more better range of motion on him. So yeah. And then for the torso, it's as far as back as we can bend him. And he can get a good ab crunch in. It's pretty decent. And of course, torso articulation. Got a nice little swivel. Bring that back forward. For the legs, they do have thigh swivel. The legs are double. The legs, they kind of stop because of the armor. It will hit the back of the thigh, so you can't really do that much of a good fold. And for the feet, you have your standard swivel and toe pivot, which this dude has some like clunky feet, which kind of look like claws on the end of it. I just find it a little hilarious. But using him, he sizes up pretty effing well to be Decayed. And I think he looks pretty good. Let's put that down there. Yeah. So yeah, that's how he looks. And you know, I actually do enjoy this. I'm actually glad I can finally do this because I do love Decade so much. So then I grab a bunch of Decade merchandise while I can. So if they made rider forms if they made like Decade forms for like all the riders, I probably would pick it up. But for other than that, let's go on to his accessories. Now he does come with open palm relax hands. So I got them right here. There we go. He also comes with Gio's signature, the finger pointing hands. And then he also comes with 2 hands for holding the weapon, which he does come with his own. This form does have its own signature weapon. So that's the one for the left, and this is the one I have for the right. I already have the hand plugged in. But this right here is the Hay Saber, which is an actually pretty cool weapon if you think about it. So what it does is he could spin this dial kind of like a clock. It's like a big arm, so he would spin it around, and let's just say this area right here would light up with a bunch of Heisei Rider logos, like from the Heisei era, in order. So if he wanted to do a combination, so if he wanted to use the sword and use, let's say, a X8 attack, he would spin it until it gets stopped on X8, pull the trigger, and then boom, you have an X8 power. He can use an X8 attack on someone. Or if he wanted to combine powers, which is pretty cool as well, he could do, let's say, spin it until it stops on, let's just say, Wizard, and then spin it again until it stops on, I don't know, Kabuto. Then he can do a Wizard plus Kabuto attack and so on and so forth, which I think is pretty interesting because it's an entire sword, but you can combine various rider powers into it, which I think is pretty nice. So yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. And you can also put a ride watch in the top piece right here. So because it's Decade, we'll just take the Decade ride watch. And you can plug it in here. And this is compatible with all the other ride watches. So if you want to do the final attack, there's that. But I just think that's pretty neat. Because you got your whole combination of rider attacks. And I'm okay with it. And then, let's see. Straighten him up. And get you ready for size comparisons. And one more thing. So you got the ride watch right there for Decade, and then you got this big hunker. And then if I can manipulate the sound, let me see. You get the activation noise, like if it was in the belt. Yeah, I just thought I'd add that in there because that's pretty cool. I like it so much. And for some size comparisons now, here he is next to Gio, his base form. Oh. So you can kind of see the inspiration inside of here, how they kind of match. And then, of course, you have Decade. That's the Neo Deca Driver version, the renewal. So you can kind of see how these two kind of just blend together into this one. And I'm okay with it, you know. So it's nice. And for another, here is next to Gates in Gem armor. And then for another SHF, here is next to Kamen Rider Brain. And for some other size comparisons, Marvel Legends of Iron Man. And then you have Ultron, which of course he is tall, so bring that back. And for Lightning Collection, here he is next to Dino Thunder White. Oh, nice try. Stand up. Other than that, that'll pretty much do it for this one. This was Dio in Decayed Armor. So, I do recommend this guy, of course, especially if you love Decayed, if you're anything like me, of course. Yeah, this is a pretty cool, nice pickup. I enjoy taking photos of this guy. But other than that, that'll do it for this one. Hopefully you humans liked the video. Hopefully it helped you out. And y'all take it easy out there. Be safe. Try to have fun. And yeah.